Bonsoir, nous sommes ce soir à la Cordonnerie pour interviewer Nick de Imperial State Electric. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Back and Roll. We are tonight in Romans à la Cordonnerie with Nick Anderson from Imperial State Electric just before the Tonight Show. How are you, Nick?
I'm very good, thank you.
Well,
How are you?
Fine, very fine to be with you. First question, can you tell us what is Imperial State Electric for those who don't know you yet?
We're a fine rock and roll band from Stockholm, Sweden.
And you are on scene for about 10 years. So now,
First album came out 2010.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you are known for being in Entombed, in the Helicopters, and such other great bands. You just released a few months ago a new album, All Through the Night. Is there a special meaning to choose this title and this track for this album? Did you have some kind of guideline when you decided to record this particular album?
Not really. I mean, what I do is I write a lot of songs. The other guys, Dolph and Tobias, write some too, but I tend to write more songs.
Yeah.
So before an album, we just talk about which songs we want to record between the four of us, and then we do it.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's no concept
Yeah,
or
no
anything.
concept,
We just
yeah.
pick the songs that we think should be good for an album.
And then you pick the title that seems...
That's
the track
different.
that seems,
We didn't have a title, and then since we recorded All Through the Night, we thought that's actually a pretty good album title.
yeah.
Most things interesting happens in the night.
In the night, yeah.
So,
Obviously,
good and bad.
Yeah. How did the recording process get for this album? Was it more like a live approach with the band in one room and tape recording, or more 21st century way to record?
Well, I have my own studio, which is both digital and analog. So I use the computer instead of tape because it's expensive.
Yeah.
One of these days I will use tape when I get rich.
Yeah.
Not if I get rich, when I get rich.
Yeah.
But no, so it's like analog equipment going into the computer.
Is it a live session?
Well,
or
I think we're
instrument
all
after?
pretty busy. We're all parents, and so it's we never do an album like 2 weeks in a row. We record a little bit here, a little bit there, when everyone has time. So it's mostly it's me playing guitar together with Thomas, who plays drums. That's how we do the basic tracks, and then and sometimes it's all of us, but most of the times it's just me and Thomas, and then we add things when there's time for it.
Songs like All Through the Night, Break It Down, or Read Me Wrong are a little bit different from the others, with more soul and more production work, duets. Is there anything special in this song? Do you remember the kind of mood you were in when you wrote them?
Break It Down, you mean? Or
yeah, All Through the Night, Break It Down, and Read Me Wrong, yeah.
No, I don't, because I write so many songs.
Can't remember. Right?
So I don't remember what kind of mood I was in. I was just probably in a songwriting mood, which I am a lot, and that's just me focusing on writing a song. And but also that just what comes out, it just happens.
Yeah, and do you have in mind when All Through the Night came, like the violin part, the chords part?
No, that's an old song of mine actually that I recorded just me and an acoustic guitar. It wasn't meant for Imperial State Electric even. I think I recorded that. Wrote that song before we even started the band. So that's pretty old. And I didn't know what it was for. I just showed the other guys and they liked it, and we said, "Oh, let's try it." And then I thought it would be nice with a string quartet.
Yeah.
And that's just
in the moment of recording.
Yeah.
To have the idea.
I think we actually recorded All Through the Night for the last album before, but we didn't have time to put the string quartet on.
So you
So
wait
we
for the
wait, we
next
waited,
album,
yeah. So
and you came with this song like you think she should be at the end. It's the version that you like the most.
nah, no, there's no thought behind anything really. If I like it, I like it. That's good. If the other three guys like it, that's
It's
even better,
better.
you know? So that's how we approach the whole thing. If we feel good playing it, then
It's
it's
a
good
good
for
start. Yeah.
us, you know? And if it's good for us, hopefully it's good for someone
Yeah.
else, you know?
You play a large variety of styles with your different bands. What is special about Imperial State Electric? What does this band bring you that you can get from your other experiences?
I don't know. Maybe Imperial State Electric is maybe a little bit more open uh, than other
Yeah,
bands I've been in. We're still a rock and roll band,
you can do country
but
things. You can
yeah, but
do
rock and roll
soul.
comes from country and rhythm and
Yeah,
blues. So to me, it's still rock
it's
and roll.
natural. It's logical.
Yeah. So and also I don't. I'm actually not a fan of mixing genres
Yeah,
that much. That's why I think when I play death metal, I play death
yeah,
metal. You know. But to me, Imperial State Electric, everything we do is rock and roll. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think about it
yeah.
that
You
much,
don't
you
think
know.
so much when you
No,
write and
no,
record.
because
Yeah,
I think music shouldn't be analyzed.
something
Well,
more from the gut.
I don't like to analyze it. If someone else wants to, that's
Yeah,
fine, but I don't.
yeah. You released Ankh Machine and Reptile Brain in 2015, and then All Through the Night in 2016. You have other musical activities on the other hand. How do you manage to work with such efficiencies?
I don't know. Maybe it's just. I think one part of it is not to overthink it. You know,
Just do.
a song is a song, and it doesn't matter how much take it apart. It's not going to be better if it's not okay from the.
Yeah, from the
I'm
start.
not saying my or our songs are the best or anything, but it's this is how it
Your
is,
song, yeah.
and it doesn't help me if I dwell on it too
Yeah.
long. But no, I do wish I had more
Yeah,
time.
you just write song and that's it.
Yeah, if it was up to me, we'd do 2 albums a year
Yeah.
because I like doing that.
Mm.
It's more fun for the band and more fun for the audience because it's more. Well, I see it from a fan point of view
Mm.
because I am a music
From the
fan.
record company, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, because it takes planning
Yeah.
and blah blah blah. But in the 70s and 60s, bands did that all the time.
Yeah.
2 albums a year,
It
no
doesn't
problem.
bother anyone.
Yeah, it doesn't take 4 years to write
Yeah.
10 rock and roll songs. If it does, then it's something wrong.
How do you work with the other guys in the band when you have to work on new song? I know you write most of them. Do they get involved in the arrangements, vocal parts, or is it more like finished song that the band just have to learn?
It's a little different from time to time, but mostly I have a pretty strong
Yeah.
vision
Mm.
of how it's gonna be. So I make a demo, like a simple demo, and just send it to them. And if they like it, we might record it. And then it's also sometimes Dolph writes lyrics for
Mm.
my songs, and Tobias does a lot of. He's really good at
Mm.
harmonies, so I usually just give him the song and
Yeah.
he works that out, and that's usually really good. And I think we talk about it more than actually,
Play it and
and then. But yeah, some songs we talk about the arrangement, and some songs are just finished already.
okay. We talk about lyrics. Where did you get your inspiration, especially for the lyrics?
I don't know. Other lyrics, books, real life, movies.
Everything can
Yeah,
be.
yeah. I mean, the lyrical part for me is the hard part. That
Yeah.
takes longer than
Mm.
for me to write vocal melody and chords and stuff. Well, it's also because English is not my first language, so
Yeah.
that makes it the process a little slower. But you also learn. I think I write a quicker now than I did like 10, 15 years ago, maybe. So I'm still learning. You know, I learn one new chord every year. I'm a slow learner, but you know, you get one new chord and you can write 10 new songs.
As usual, there's a lot of variety in this new album. Obviously, some classic rock, but also soul, 60s, 70s, touch, folk, yes, folk, country music. I know that you listen to all kind of music. Um, don't you think that people always come back to their first crush in music? Because it's not so much modern music that you write.
No, I guess not. Uh, or for me, it's not about, you know, getting back to what I listened to when I was young. It's more like, for me, it has a lot to do with the sonic aspect of it, like how it sounded. I think 50s, 60s, and 70s, those 3 decades for me were when studio, uh, you know, the works and that sounded the best. I'm not a big fan of 80s production, 90s production, you know, contemporary production. And I just think it sounds better. And it's not me being retro or whatever. I just, for me, it sounds better. You know, that's why I like 6 strings on a guitar, not 7, for example, you know, because, you know, just to me, it sounds better. And it's just, you know, it's my taste.
Yeah,
you know,
and we can find this in the artwork, in the video clip. It's a lot 60s, 70s.
Well, I think that it's the same. Like design and artwork was better back then too. I mean, you can go into any city in the world and you see a sign for a new shop. It's gonna look ugly in my world. But you go to a, you know, any shop sign in the 60s, it's gonna look good.
Yeah.
It's but it's also, you know, everyone has Photoshop these days, I guess. So that means everyone is doing art who maybe shouldn't.
You're on tour a lot. Is it still something that you are waiting for after the release of a new album? Or is it more a thing that has to be done but get a little bit boring with the time?
No, I mean, I know people who like touring more than me.
Yeah.
You know, but there's also nothing that can beat a good live show, and you have to tour to get there. You know, sometimes traveling can be a bit, I wouldn't say boring, just maybe tedious. You know, and there's a lot of waiting, of course, for any band, and well, that's not my favorite pastime, I guess. You know. But no, I do enjoy touring, but you know, maybe not as much as some other people.
Yeah. You seem to be some kind of guitar nerd when it comes to guitar and amps.
Well, I think I'm a nerd, period. You know.
What are you looking for when you get a new guitar or amps?
I just look at them.
Yeah.
So it looks first. The visuals. Yeah. If it looks good, then I'll try it and see if it. Yeah.
What did you use on this tour?
On this tour, I use one Gibson SG.
Yeah.
And I use a custom-made guitar that a guy in Sweden made for me. It's to my specs. It's kind of like a mix between a melody maker or a junior mixed with a custom Les Paul kind of thing. It's like a hybrid thing that I had an idea for. So I used those two.
Yeah, it's always very iconic guitar that you use. Remember Moss Right? I remember Iceman.
Yes,
it's a look that always have a memory in the mind.
Yeah, maybe. Well, so it's in my mind anyway.
Yeah, it's in mind for most of people, I think.
No, but guitars can be very beautiful. Guitars can be very ugly too.
Just a little game with multiple choice questions. If you could play in just one band, which one would you choose and which instrument would you play? Kiss, Thin Lizzy, The Beatles, one of your own band?
The Beatles.
Beatles, yeah. And
Yeah.
which instrument would you pick?
I'll be Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
I play bass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Left-handed.
Yeah, well, that too. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Because without the Beatles, you wouldn't have the other bands.
Yeah.
So
And will you play the bass?
yeah, I play the bass. Yeah.
Yeah. For the Beatles, you can play. Any
No, but I
instrument.
like playing bass.
Ah, okay.
That's my favorite instrument.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
You could get one of this instrument. Which one would you pick? The Ludwig kit of Ringo Starr, the three pickups Les Paul of Ace Frehley, or the throat and voice of Robert Plant?
Robert Plant is out of the question, I'm afraid. I guess it's a tie between. I think I will take the three pickup Les Paul of Ace Frehley, although I have to learn how to play right-handed. I just wanted to smoke.
Yeah.
That's what I want. Yeah.
Yes. You could choose to play as an opening act for one of this show. Which one would you pick? Ozfest with Black Sabbath, the Shea Stadium with the Beatles, the CBGB with Ramones, or Kiss in the 80s in Stockholm?
Shea Stadium with the Beatles,
Yeah.
of course.
So much,
Oh, it's a historical moment, you know?
for sure, yeah.
That would be awesome to see the Beatles.
Yeah,
If I was
and to
there, I could
be-
see them, yeah.
Last question. If you could go back in time and speak with the younger self, what would you tell him?
Don't drink so much.
The last advice and definitive advice. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. It was a real pleasure.
Merci.
And have a good night tonight.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you. Merci.
All through the night.